Hey mamas, you are listening to the Motherhood is Ghetto podcast. We all know motherhood can be a beautiful thing, but girl, it can also be ghetto. Join me as we discuss some of the best and worst parts of being a mom raising kids, all while trying to figure out this thing called life. This ghetto is a safe space, mamas. So welcome to the hood. Hey mamas, welcome back to another episode of Motherhood is Ghetto. My name is Joy, and how y'all doing out there? If y'all doing all right, you already know what to say. Say amen. I pray you are having a great day, a great week so far. Um, the week for us has been going pretty good. Just the same usual stuff. Nothing fancy. Um, actually, let me backtrack on that because because something has been thrown into the mix. Um, so over the last, it's almost been a month now. Um, One of my brothers has been in the hospital. Um, Initially went in because he was having lots of headaches and um, was really nauseous and stuff. So went to the ER, found out he had a blood clot on his brain, which later, like a week later, caused him to have a stroke. But thankfully, he was in the hospital while that happened. So long story short, um, I have been, going to the hospital, making sure he's okay. He's supposed to be getting discharged soon, so that's really great news. Um, and that's what I've been doing also in between working and making sure the kids are good, taking kids here and there, and being a mom. I've also been being a sister and doing my little sister duty to make sure my big brother is okay. So, so this whole month has really been a bit challenging, especially if you listen to my Death is Ghetto episode, then you know that the situation with my brother and my husband were identical. So this experience that I've had with my brother this month has been very triggering at times. It has taken me back like emotionally to that day um, when my husband passed away, and just been on an emotional roller coaster over this past month, while on top of having to take care of my kids and stuff. And I definitely don't feel like, oh, like, woe is me, or I don't want to do this, because I love my brother to death and I would do anything for him. So none of this is like a burden or anything like that, but it has taken me on quite the emotional roller coaster. I will not lie. But if the time was around and I had to do it again, I would do it again and again and again, because I love my brother. I love all my siblings, and I would do the same for each and every one of them. So scratch me saying that it's been a pretty normal week because it hasn't been normal all month, but that's okay, because now we're on the downtrend of this thing, and he's gonna be coming home soon. So I'm really excited about that, and I thank God for that. So we're here. We're here today, and I'm glad that you're here today with me. Thank you so much for joining me today. Um, just an update. I'm still working on the new and improved Empowered Mama planners. I also want to start incorporating journals again and revamping the Motherhood is Ghetto journal. So stick around for that. More to come on that. But in the meantime, if you would like to pick up original copies of the Motherhood is Ghetto Self-Care Journal for Mothers and the Empowered Mama Planner. They are still available on Amazon. I will link them in the show notes. And if you're watching on YouTube, I will also have them linked in the YouTube description. So if you want to pick up a copy, you can. But I am looking to launch new planner, new journal, and stuff like that in 2026. So I'm trying to do research and see, how I can manufacture a journal from cover to cover, page to page, without having to use the Amazon KDP because I want to make it more personalized. I want, the ring spine, and I want to add stickers, and I want to do pins and all that stuff. So I'm currently researching how I can get that done, or like a manufacturer that can help with that. So if you know of any or any resources I could tap into, hit your girl up. Let me know. Send me a DM. Send me a link, something that can help me to get started with this process. I would truly appreciate. Amen. Amen. So, in today's episode, which I think is pretty fitting for what I'm experiencing right now, I want to talk about community and the importance of community and how I've started to see that having community in my life and having a group of individuals who I can sincerely call like my community is really important and has been really helpful for me, being a mom and raising my kids. And why I say that is because I think that I not think, I know that I've spent the majority of my life thinking that I didn't need community. Um, when I was married and my kids were smaller, I had this mindset that my kids and my husband were the only people that I needed. They were the only people that I needed to make me feel happy, feel whole, feel heard, feel seen, and I didn't need anyone. I didn't need any friends. I didn't need to go out like to seek community. I didn't need to do like community or group activities. I just felt like my home and my family were my safe space. And if I couldn't find peace there, then there wasn't anywhere else I could find peace. So if I ever found myself in a space where I wasn't at peace in my home, then I literally was just like, well, either I got to figure out how to get peace in my home again, or it's just going to be like this forever. And there's nothing I can do about it. And I think too that I had convinced myself that if I found happiness outside of my home or happiness with a different group of individuals outside of my core family, outside of my husband and my kids, then that meant that I didn't care about them, or I didn't want to spend time with them, or they didn't make me happy, or bring me joy, or bring me peace, which was not the case. And I don't know how or why I convinced myself that that was, but now that I'm older and I've experienced some things, I know that that's not the case. But I feel like a lot of us have that mindset and we have that train of thought. And we see it on social media too. We see wives and moms like all about their family, and it's I don't need anything else but my man, and my man takes care of everything, and my kids bring me so much joy. And we see that, and that's a beautiful thing. Like, that is beautiful. If your family brings you happiness and joy and peace, like, that is a gift from God. But I do want to highlight that it is important to have community because of the fact that there will come times where you'll face challenges. And you'll face situations where that that family that family community or stronghold that you have, it may be broken or it may be severed. There's a number of things that could happen, and I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy, but it's just the reality of it, right? So not everything will always be peaches and cream. We want to be with our spouses forever. That's why we said I do. Like that's why we did all the things. Um, but in reality, there's gonna be things that separate us, whether that's a divorce or death, till death do you part. Amen. A number of things could happen. So I think that's why community is important, because when things fall away or they fall apart, or and it doesn't even have to be that in most cases. It could just be that you're looking for something more in your life. You're looking for more connections. You're looking for different types of conversations. And not that you can't have them with your spouse or your children, depending on how old they are, but it does always help to have a person that's not in your immediate like family circle that can offer different perspective, offer different insight, and help you to see things that you may not have seen in your one dimensional type of thinking, and open you up to new things, different ways of thinking, different perspectives. And I think that that's a beautiful thing. I I think that that's not a negative thing, unless you have someone, in your community that's super pessimistic and is always negative about everything. Then that's someone you don't want in your community circle or your circle of people. But I do think it's important to have community outside of what you would deem like your core family. And I don't think that we should feel guilty or ashamed if we want to connect with others outside of our family. And that's what I want to talk about today. And I want to talk about how the small community that I have, and I wouldn't even say that I built this community. This community rallied around me. Amen. Simply off of the fact of that they they think they deem me as a good person, and that's literally what this the basis is on why they have circled around me and my kids and want the best for me and my kids and do what they can. Their that's within their power, to help me, like if I ever need help. And I do the same for them. So I want to talk about that a little bit. And the one thing that I hear a lot about community, especially when it comes to us women, I hear a lot of talk about women saying they can't be friends with other women, or they only have male friends because women can be jealous. They can be catty, backbiting, and then like the backstabbing and stuff like that. And not to say that that's not existent or that is not a reality for women, because I'm not naive to the fact that that is. But at the same time, I don't think that that's an excuse to excommunicate women and the idea of community out of your thought process, or think that you don't need it in your life. Because I feel, in my opinion, that if if every friendship that you've had or you've tried to have with a female has gone awry or has fallen by the wayside, or you guys had a really bad falling out and you just simply have it in your mind that you cannot be friends with another female, I, I would think that there's something that you have to take a look at on the inside. Amen. Just a little. I think that we have to check our ego, and I think that there's a bigger issue, like a bigger underlying issue with that. If you cannot have a single female friend, and I'm just talking specifically about us moms and us women because normally we will find community within ourselves. So we'll look to other mothers or other women, so we can share experiences together, sharing and holding space with women and kind of overcoming those things that, well, I can't be friends with women or I can't be around women because they're this, they're that, they say this, they do that. And I just find it kind of odd that if you don't have any female friends or can't have any female friends, like out of all the women in this world, every single one of them hate you, every single one of them are jealous of you. I don't know. I think that that's something worth looking into and exploring and trying to figure out why that is. Um, because it can't be everybody. It can't be everybody that hates you or is jealous of you, because not all women think that way. I know I don't. And especially now at the point where I am in my life and the age that I am, like I'm so blessed in so many ways that there's no way I could be jealous of the next person because nobody's life can be better than mine because I'm co-creating with the help of God. Amen. I'm helping to co-create the life that I think is good for me and that best suits me and my kids. So there's no way that someone else's life or whatever they got going on or whatever they look like can be compared or deemed better than mine because I'm running my own race. I'm living my own life. I'm doing the things that bring me joy. So I can't be jealous of the next person because I don't want what they want. I don't want what they have because I have exactly what I asked for and I have exactly what I prayed for. And that's the reason. So I don't think that we should let that stop us from finding community. And specifically, if this is something that like you've been thinking about or you have thoughts of like, well, dang, like I wish, I had someone that I can talk to about this or, I can conversate and fellowship with people about this and that, or maybe get a group of girls to have coffee in the morning before, like after we drop the kids off. Anything that you think that a community could help you to find that you feel like is missing or that you want to explore, I, I encourage you to go for it. And community doesn't always have to be like a circle of friends, or people that you know, because I find it very empowering when I go to the gym and I go to my dance class and I'm there dancing with other women who have the same goal, right? Like they want to be healthy, they want to get in shape, they want to take care of themselves, they want to be active. And I don't know everybody in that class. I'm not, once I leave that class, like I don't talk to them outside of that class, but it's a community that helps me to feel inspired and it empowers me. And those women don't know that they're inspiring me and empowering me. They don't know that they're a part of the community that helps me to do that, but I know that. And I think that that's a beautiful thing too, especially if you're like me and you're shy to talk to people and go up to them and, initiate like a friendship or a conversation, then for me, like that's enough. and I smile and I dance with them, and that helps me. And so a community doesn't always have to look like the traditional thing where you guys are getting together every week, to talk. But it can look like that as well. It's really all of what you want to make of it. And especially if you're going out there and seeking community and, trying different things and trying different avenues. There's so many things. Like I know, especially in the city I live in, there's so many things that you can go to meet up with other women or other moms or other career driven women and just fellowship and network and get to know people, exchange contacts. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes on like that. Um, so if that's your bag and you're open to that, then I fully encourage you to pursue it because there's nothing wrong with wanting community. There's nothing wrong with seeking community, and it doesn't mean that, you know, you're it doesn't mean that you can't, have a safe space at home with your partner, spouse, or your kids. It just means that you would like to have an alternative community outside of your home or outside of your family, and that's okay. And the community that I have, even when this community was forming around me, because the mindset that I had, I was doing my best, like, to move away from the circle, and the circle just kept coming back. And I would try to move away, and they would just keep coming back around me. And it was confusing me. And I would ask, like, why are y'all so nice to me? Like, why, why do y'all want to do these things for me and my kids? And they just simply said like we appreciate you, Joy, we love you, like, don't you think that you deserve, people that care about you? And I had to stop and think, like, i I do feel like I deserve that, and I want to give that back too. So just to kind of put it in context, like, especially after my husband passed away, I did not know how many people truly cared about me. I knew that my family cared about me, like my immediate family, but I didn't know that, like, extended family cared for me as much as they did. I know that they love me because we're family, like we have that connection, but I didn't know that they cared for me as much as they did, and they showed it, and they couldn't be with me physically to help me grieve, but from where they were at, their love and their prayers and everything, like, I could feel it, like, I experienced it, and I was so 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 appreciative of it. And also too, I didn't know that people outside of my family cared about me and my kids, from the kids' teachers, um, friends of my husband's. Like, I did not know how much me and my children meant to so many people. And and the reason why I say that is because I don't think that we do anything special. Like, I don't think, well, I feel like my kids are special for sure. But we're just we're normal family. Like, we do everything that everyone else does. So in my mind I'm thinking, like, it's amazing to me that people think that so highly of us and want to be here for us, want to help us. So that's kind of how it started for me. And I really did. I had to do a lot of rewiring in my mind, and to tell myself that, Joy, you're deserving of this love. You're deserving. And that's what I want to tell you too. If you ever feel like you can't make friends or no one would appreciate having you in their community or in their circle, like that's the furthest from the truth. Because at the end of the day, we're always, and I then this is true for me too, but at the end of the day, we're always wanting to seek out what we're meant to do on this earth with the time that we have, searching for our purpose. And what I've come to learn and what I'm realizing is that I could have multiple purposes. God could have put me on this earth for multiple reasons. So while I am here for a reason and for a specific purpose, there are other side quests that I've been put on this earth to do. And one of them could be to be a part of someone's community or safe space, someone that helps to inspire them, or someone that they can come to when they need a pep talk. Maybe that's my role. Maybe that's one of my side quests on the journey to finding my purpose in life or living out my purpose in life. So I think that when we think about community and what community can do for us or what it can bring, we have to take a step back and look at the broader picture, because while you're seeking community, someone else could be seeking the same thing, and you could be exactly what that person needs. You can say something in a moment, and that be the exact thing that person needs to hear. And that's a beautiful thing. So don't look at community as what it can do for you, or, what are the benefits, and just look at it as there's someone that needs you too, just as much as you need them. So so I had to learn and see that for myself as well, and that sometimes it's not always about me. It's not always about what I want or what I feel like I need. It's about others. And that's what community is. You're working together and you're helping each other. And I had to really let go of those beliefs that I wasn't worthy of that or that I didn't deserve that. And fast forward to now, where me and my kids are now, it's I I get up in the morning and thank God every day for the people that are in my life, family, non-family. Like, I'm grateful for it all, because it's one of those things that just knowing that you have that group of people that are just in your corner. Like, it's just an amazing feeling, and I feel like my words are not doing it justice on how I can explain this, but just knowing that you have people in your corner that if anything happens, either you're celebrating something or the shits hit the fan on something, you have people in your corner that can either help you celebrate, bring more joy and celebration into the thing, the accomplishments, the goals, the milestones. And then you also have that same group of people that can lift you up when things happen to tear you and bring you down. There's just someone in your corner, or a group of people in your corner, and that's the best feeling. But the what puts a cherry on top of it for me is that I know that I am also a person in someone's corner. Like, and that's what gets me going. Like, that's what makes my heart flutter and give me all the warm and fuzzies, is that I know that I'm that too to somebody else. And I am also in someone's corner, and I'm cheering them on and I'm rooting them on, but I'm also there to pick them up if they fall. So I want to encourage us today, like, not to shy away from community. Don't shy away from making new friends or making new connections. Don't shy away from that. I'm not saying that you guys have to be best buds forever and do everything together and pick flowers together. Like, you don't have to do that. And my community knows that I'm here for them when they need me, and I know that they're here for me when I need them. And that's all that's needed. And also too, I want to touch on one other thing. The way that community has helped my children to feel secure and confident as well. Just today, just this morning, as I was getting up, my daughter's already at school. She has a volleyball game tomorrow. And she texted me and said for me to bring one of my friends to her game. Now, this particular friend, he hasn't like done anything like super duper astronomical for my kids. Like, he hasn't done any of that. But what he has done is shown kindness. He's been nice. He's been supportive. And he is someone that is in their mom's corner and wants the best for their mom, cares about their mom. So they see that and it makes them feel good. And it makes them feel like that's someone that I want around me too. Because this person has lifted my mom up, has put a smile on my mom's face. So this person is cool. I love this. And I want them to be a part of what I got going on too. And I think that that is beautiful. That is beautiful. That that the love and support that is shown to me through my friendships that I've made in my community is pouring into my children and spilling over onto my children too. So much to the point that they want to be in that circle too. Not that they ever weren't, because if y'all know me, you know, wherever I go except for work, a kid or two or three is gonna be with me. Like, my kids are go with me everywhere. So for her to want to invite my community, my friends, to participate in what I get to witness every day. I get to see her be great every day. I get to beam with pride every day. She wants my friends and community to join in on that. And I think that that's beautiful. I think that that's so beautiful. Even with my boys, right? If I show my friends or share videos of Solomon playing the drums or Jahari playing basketball or share, you know, something about my son's YouTube videos, my friends, my community is there to encourage and be like, that's amazing. And then I'll go back and tell my kids, like, oh, I showed so and so, and they said that you did really great. Or this person watches your YouTube videos, they think they're super funny. And then and then like it encourages my son. My son's like, oh, thank you. Like that. Tell him I said thanks. Like, I'm gonna make another video right now. And just that they know that someone other than me or like their grandma or, you know, just their immediate family, like there's other people that appreciate what they do and what they put out into the world. Like, that's it's just a beautiful thing all the way around. So again, like I said, big picture, right? Community, while it is for us, it's not just for us. And you having community, having friendships can truly help then the dynamic that you have within your home, within your family. At least I think so. And it does have to be a positive community now. It can't be one that's rooted in negativity. It can't be any of that type of stuff. So that's the caveat. So if you are within a group of people who are always gossiping or always talking about folks, talking down about people, like then that lets you know right there that that's the community that you don't need to be in. Because again, that will spill into what you got going on in your life and in your home with your immediate family. You don't want that. So that's it, mamas. That's the message that I just wanted to put out there, that having friendships, community, it's okay. It's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that, we're putting our family aside, or we our family or our children or our spouses aren't good enough. It doesn't mean any of that. It just community is just something that is needed as well. And I just felt the need to share like how my eyes have been opened up to the idea of community and sharing space with others and having people in my corner and actually allowing them in. Amen. And allowing them to rally around me and my kids. And also at the same time, too, giving back to that same circle, that same friend group or community that pours into me. And I pour right back into them. So thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and land the plane here. If you found this episode to be helpful, do not forget to share it with someone who you also think will find it helpful. You can follow me on Instagram at motherhood_ghetto. You can keep up with me and the kids there. You can DM me there if you have any questions about motherhood or any topics you'd like me to cover. Or if you have any specific questions for me in general, I would be happy to answer those questions for you here on the podcast. You can listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and I'm also on YouTube. You can watch the podcast on YouTube. And while you're there, you might as well go ahead and subscribe. Just while you're there, it's free. You don't have to pay nothing for it. Amen. And don't forget to follow me wherever you are listening to this podcast. I would definitely appreciate it. And thank you so much. And until next time, mamas. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. Don't forget to follow the podcast and share with anyone who you think may enjoy it. And follow me on Instagram at motherhood_ghetto. Also, feel free to DM me if you have any experiences, opinions, or views on motherhood you'd like me to share on the podcast. Until next time, mamas.